really prove themselves as a fearsome five because, as you talked about, the pedigree on this team, history on this team really should be performing on the international stage. But we've talked enough. We're getting into the action. There's one more thing I could say about Boss is that I love an underdog story. Now, they've been in the ECL league for quite a while. They've been getting playoffs for quite a while, but given the battering they've taken and the number of changes they've been forced to make, I would say they're again the underdog. They're that tier 1.5 of ECL on the outskirts or just within playoffs contention, and now they really need people and fans to root for them. With that said, NRG, CT side of Inferno. Aggression down middle is the name of the game, and it will pay off massively. Micro, the IGL, Cryptic, the former, the final pair left, and they only have little map control to work with, both towards alt middle. Micro stuck in a literal corner at this stage, but NRG are not going to force the duels.
They're not going to force the duels, and this is the wiser way to play. Do not get picked off one by one. Now Micro gets a timing, but he actually does get the kill. That could have gone horribly wrong for him. And he has a long time to wait for Cryptic to join up with him too. He's still at T-Apps, now making his way up to stairs. But a long route for this NRG, or for this Boss team to get something done. And the fact that Micro is just holding for a wrap through CT is going to give them some information, but it's not going to really give them the site info that they need to take this. And Hex is going to pop up spot Cryptic. That's going to reveal things. The dink is good. Do they expect the double? Oh, that Molotov's massive. It's going to burn Automatic alive here. Surely he'll go down. And now it's a 1 versus 1 for Cryptic from a 2 versus 4. Bomb gets planted. Nitro has no armor, but he does have a kit. Has time to play with. But what will he play with is the real question. Cryptic will face. And Nitro is spotted. Again, no armor on the in-game leader for NRG. Cryptic does not need to keep facing former IGL versus current IGL. Young versus Vet. And it's Cryptic with the drive-by to win the day on the pistol.
A big pair for him to find. I like the play between the two in the 2 versus 4. Next to no map control, it was a belabored push towards Arch. That location is likely going to be compromised. Very big kill to find on the first. The double up pit was a very solid idea for NRG, but it gets dismantled by that Molotov. Cryptic a 1v2, catching that player in the... Actually, it might have been technically a 1v1. Is it a 1v2 if his teammate kills the player after he falls? I don't know.
I don't know if I count that as a 1v2.
It's a 1v1 then. 1v1.
Yeah. We could call it 2vx.
Yeah, 2vx. 2vx is probably the better way to put it. We have a technical pause. Not sure exactly what the issue is. It looks like everybody is in the server. So hopefully it'll be over here in a brief moment. Boss, though, don't let this opportunity slip away. NRG might be keen on forcing an investment into round 2 because of how close that round was. Boss, though, win this one with your advantage. Win the third if they go for the force. And then take it one round at a time. Because this is going to be an uphill battle through and through.
Yeah, Boss need to take it one round at a time, but also they just need to stay in the game, most importantly. When you are the underdog, if you can stay in the game till late, that's when your opportunity is to strike. You're probably not going to run roughshod over your opposition if you're the underdog. You're probably not going to go out and get a dominating victory. But it's all about keeping yourself paced up with the enemy, keeping close enough to where you're within striking distance, or if you can keep yourself slightly ahead, that's even better. But it's a different mindset being an underdog versus being the favorite. And winning as a favorite is a completely different animal, no pun intended, than winning as the underdog. It's two different mindsets. And we had a match medic, I'm not sure why, but we're back in here.
I'm not sure what the issue was, but it's solved relatively quickly. Yep, pause concluded.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I was worried it was a connection issue, but looks like it's not. Things will be restarted here, and as I mentioned, NRG might be keen on forcing. They are. 3 pistols, them being 5.7s, 2 MP9s. No kit, but utility makes this a very dangerous proposition for Boss. Boss are going heavily on Mac 10s. 4/5 the squad with that. Cryptic, the hero rifle. What is the call? Probably a default if I had to guess. Show some presence mid B apartments and go from there. OC and Breeze though doubled up into counter the likes of Freshie, who fails the skill jump. All of Boss, for the most part, are actually towards brackets. 4 are here. One's going to jump into the apartments eventually. Is this third player lurking? It's automatic in Boigler. Inserting a lot of information about the players running back and forth. And the peek from automatic towards Arch. Nets 2. Micro and Dari were walking up, hoping to go off contact, and that's not the right call. 2 found, and potentially a third. Freshie finally gets a trade, but he and Slight are both tagged by about half, and they're still trailing by a man. Breeze. Expected here, to an extent. They're slowly clearing the angles, but actually be ready. Yes, Cryptic. Dinked. Again, damage taken. We're back to even footing at the very least. The AK. Huge in winning that duel. Boss. 35 seconds left. They're going to go towards B. It couldn't be more perfectly timed as Nitro is leaving that very site. Boss might have found a way through this very difficult opening. Here comes the utility. Next is here, ready to throw a flash. The rotations are going to be late, but they're going to be a flank, and that could be a good timing. Hex for the smoke finds one with a headshot. Lucky on that. The AK down. 7 seconds left. Bomb will have to be planted. Hexed. Something gets nothing more, but time has been bought, and both are now up banana. AK and OC's hands should give him an opportunity. Good kill on the Freshie top of Coffin. And they know Slight's on site, likely towards default. Slight trying to isolate a duel. This is around and caught by the AK. Moving towards pool. Nitros early. Mind games and early shenanigans on the spam. NRG. Quick to tie things up.
Very quick to tie things up. That force buy works wonders, but the bomb down means we should have a force buy from Boss coming through here, unless they want to play very conservatively and save for a round 4 rifle. Freshie's gone straight for the AK. Micro Tech 9 armor. Boss want to initiate it, Nate. They want to kick off some force buy wars here. Tech 9s across the board. And we saw NRG lose to less against the Party Astronauts last night. So if you're an NRG fan here, do not rest on your laurels. NRG certainly can't afford to, unless they didn't learn their lesson from last night's matchup. There's a decent amount of utility as well for the T side, considering their lack of overall purchasing power. And NRG do have a couple of SMGs, MAC 10 MP9, that could be vulnerable to pistols around the corner. Nade does absolutely nothing. That could have been a chunky one too if it goes over the half wall.
Yeah, bounced incorrectly.
Yep. It broke glass.
A lot of acoustic on that ball. Straight in towards B is the call. Nitro holds the Molotov though, finding 2. Almost a third. Freshie gets 1, but there's no smoke. CT, it failed! A missed lineup costs them a potential bomb plant. Landed on the roof of church. And that is a very worrying sign very early on in this first map.
Quick lead evaporates for Boss. In this one, they'll have no real firepower to deal with the lead now of NRG. A nade stack, though, possible, as there's 4 HEs purchased by Boss. And let's see what the boys on Boss have in store for us. Maybe a top mid nade stack or banana nade stack? Banana nade stack seems likely. Hex might just get obliterated here. He'll spray away and live for 3, 4, not yet the ace, but he'll get it at the end. Has the Tech 9 for the finisher. And while the nades sail over his head, he holds down Mouse 1 with that M4A4. It's a nice, easy anti-eco ace for Hexed. Catapults him to the top of the scoreboard.
Clean and quick. You expect that from a player like Hexed. Tremendous individually. 1.26 impact over 80 ADR. NRG. 3-1. Boss finally rifles in hand. The Lil for Cryptic, less than ideal. Freshie lacking utility as his micro. Isn't enough to get the job done. triple stack B from NRG early on as well. Nitro slowly getting control here, especially that smoke down bottom. Banana. Gonna keep pressing. All of Banana now in his control. It's a lot of information for this CT side. It allows them to stack towards A. That third player already in rotation. The fourth will probably go once the smoke blooms. Awesome. They commit to this site. It could be catastrophic.
Okay, catastrophic have been the last couple of hits for Boss. Great. Pistol, and even that was an uphill battle for them to find success. Required a 2 versus 4. Had a Molotov to get one of those kills. Nitro spotted. Should be getting rotational help here from somebody. Hex is going to be here, but Nitro is able to buy enough time with the molly and the smoke. Boss may think better of this. They've drawn an extra player over as well to B. Now there's 3. Well, they still have 2 players brackets. Time is very low, and Boss need to make a move here. They're playing way too slowly for the amount of time left on the clock, or lack thereof. Automatics in fast rotate position to either A or B. There's not been enough thrown to really hold players over at that A side. Next on Coffin, he's trying to put people in body bags, but he's removed by Slight. Opening duel. Do they clear Nitro out of Dart? Micro and Slight combined, but Nitro's only good for 2 as the bomb gets planted. Breeze and OC now making their way through CT. OC has the AK in hand. Breeze only in B9. There is an M4A1 down. The time is going to become a factor very quickly. HE for Breeze is the only bit of damage and utility available to the CT side. Flash goes up. Nade goes out to Pool. Breeze grabs the A1. 9 rounds in the magazine. Cryptic and Darty both back towards Dark. Freshie. Banana. OC 1 for 1. Darty low. But of course the linchpin is Freshie. Breeze has no time. Both Breeze and Freshie will survive. Boss will strike on the guns here. A little more costly than they would have liked. But they still got it done.
Got it done. But 4 players falling. And not an inspiring T side round necessarily. It's more of a default, and it was a very slow one, as you mentioned. They were respecting the utility quite a bit. They didn't have enough flashes to go through it and disrespect it. And it works out in the end, largely thanks to that first whiffed spray by the CT Coffin. It's not really confidence building for Boss, and it's not economy building either. Darty. Little in hand, same for Cryptic. And it's still full rifles for NRG. In fact, it's even better. It's not a bonus. They have an op in hand for OC. 30 left. Boss again gonna go for brackets control / apartments control. Clearing out chiefly boiler. And then probably double back towards B to get control of Banana. Need to get control rather quickly because there's still only 1:10 left in the round, and they still have to do that Banana default.
Bomb's still down T ramp, so they can rotate to either site relatively quickly, but Boss are playing this so slow again. Methodical. They do tend to have an aim with it, so it's not just completely aimless. Slow, but Hex is going to peek down Banana, get an opening, maybe get out of this alive. The nade chases him, but it's bounced off the ledge. It won't find Hex. He'll be alive for a brief moment longer. A boost over the smoke for Micro. Won't discover anything yet. Nitro CT hexed at Coffin, but he's playing anti-flash. Another smoke for Nitro. Buys more time. Which Boss are running out of very quickly. They're split up. They can't dismantle the boost. They have to go into B. And what a read by OC. Oh, never mind. He's going to go back. What a read to figure this out. It's not going to be A. The Micro into CT misses that fight, but Hex does fall eventually. And Cryptic follows it up with another one onto Nitro. The rotation is too late. Bomb down in the nick of time. And that will signal a save from NRG. Here only Breeze has money of the players left alive. And Boss are going to be able to tie things up at 3 apiece as we end the first quarter of Counter-Strike here on Inferno. These late takes are finding success, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for Boss, because one wrong thing happens and these rounds fail.
Yeah, they aren't building confidence for me. Again, they're kind of just stock standard defaults followed by a last-minute take. Very worrying. NRG should save a little bit more utility for that last second, taking it into account that it's happened twice now, and giving the round fall apart for Boss. 3 survive means that rifles will come through yet again. Breeze can easily drop. OC can as well if needed, but probably not. Tied up yet again. And 4 players do survive for the T-side, excuse me. That helps their economy a bit. But I feel like this is very easily countered by NRG. We'll have to wait and see if that's actually true or not.
It almost looks like Boss are playing for NRG to play for info, but NRG are not playing for info, and they're just sitting back and letting things happen. And Boss don't know what to do because they don't have an opening pick. Now OC's gonna get a little aggro. That's a quick little flick up on the micro. OC's been heating up lately for this NRG squad, and automatic now Boiler will take a contact, but Darty domes him. That's a kill automatic needs to have at least some sort of return fire, but it's not there. OC now has help from Breeze. There's going to be a lot on the opera of NRG. Multiple flashes blinding him out lane, and so he retreats to the cover of sight. Nitro coming through to support, has a Molotov. Breeze has the lone kit for the CT side. Nitro's got a lineup if they don't watch Wine. Dart is on the angle. Cryptic just walks in front. That's a massive oversight here. And now a flash comes through. Darty's blinded. Nitro can farm a pair. Great utilities from Breeze here. As Freshy tries to move out of apartments, he has his teammates fall in front of him. OC for the last. And NRG a confident round with their money against the wall and over the brink. It does not fall. They'll build up some cash here. Big start by OC, but great play by Nitro, but better flash by Breeze to really solidify that one.
Yeah, Boss not doing their due diligence. They get the first pick, they flash the Opera off the angle, they get control of Arch, they slowly take control via contact. They don't throw the smokes to broadcast their call. Cryptic is walking into the angle while staring at a smoke. That's the biggest thing to me. He's staring at a smoke. He's not clearing towards many. He's staring at a metaphorical wall.
That was interesting.
Of course. Khalil's an AK and a Tech 9. Cryptic already down to 8. He's the one on the pistol. Boost from OC does damage. Kill. Pop towards lane, 1-for-1 mixed results, 2-for-2 mixed results. Cryptic a good trade despite the low HP, and the op is probably the best weapon he could ask for in this situation. Tag onto automatic puts him at half. There's not utility for this T side, but there is sight control at the very least. Bomb down adds a timer to the CT side's plight. They're gonna go for it. 3 versus 3, it makes sense, especially against a compromised investment. Slight though now has the big green in hand, and he is set up in small pit. 2 man up lane, 1 at Arch using that smoke to inch forward. Micro, get pressure first. Good Molotov that puts him out. He's not taken down. In fact, he loses versus Hex. Micro still kicking. Finally caught by automatic. Nitro as well catches slight into the chaos, but there's no time. Cryptic backside gets one. Nitro has to come off, and that is the round. Again, expensive for Boss, but a win nonetheless.
I think they'll take that at this point because it gets them a 4th round on the board. They're 1 away from a decent T-side half on Inferno. In fact, they're... Nate. I was going to say something good about, you know, getting 5 rounds on the T-side of Inferno is a good thing. You know, it's about your... Yeah, okay, it's a solid half on the T-side. Especially with their win rate only being 40.7%. Their CT numbers... 36.1%.
That is a number.
Now you see my cause for concern.
We're going to break into the stats. I'm doing it real quick. And once again, those stats are from, what?
2 from Pro League, 1 from NRG.
I say 2 are from Pro League, and that's not the same roster that we have now.
Still not a pretty picture.
Not a pretty picture, nonetheless. Op again for OC. He's had a tremendous first half. 10th kill secured, taking down Banana. It's a half buy with the hero op. Takes down the IGL, who can now sit in the control room. And OC's being left alone on B. This is a big gamble. All of this T side is still ready to push into the site. They want to take that op away. Gonna line up utility now for this take. Straightforward smoke CT. OC, too many targets. Fires and can't get away quickly enough. Cryptic, a quick trade. A man advantage for NRG. Going into a potential retake, but the weaponry doesn't favor them. The only primary weapon was dropped on site. No kit to really retake with.
Slight has that op to work with as well, back new box, which will help him out significantly, especially now that he's been naded down, has all of CT on lock. But he'll smoke it down anyways. And I think for NRG, they're just going to play exits and take the guns out of the hands of the T's once more. Hext is moving forward. USP no armor. Cryptic crouched underneath the angle will now clear it and win that cleanly. Freshie behind you, buddy. I don't know what's happening. Slight's got his knife out. He's knifing his teammate. They're all dying in CT. I have no idea what just happened. All I know is that that should not have happened, and Nitro goes for a gun and only gets a MAC-10. So, for both teams, the worst-case scenario kind of happens there.
Yeah. Definitely not a great situation. No op recovered for Nitro. No players surviving for Boss. NRG used a tactical timeout to talk out their rifle round going forward. M4 is coming through. OC, again, that hero op in the round prior could not be brought over, and that means he's going to bring over an A1S. Boss is by, though. Keeps on getting hamstrung. They're not building a T-side economy. Everything is costly. They have okay utility, 4 Galils.
Yet, Nate, they still find ways to win rounds.
They do, which is
Is
chaos.
this reminding you of anything from yesterday?
Yeah, it's exactly what Party Astronauts did on Anubis. Wasn't that the
And
first like,
Inferno
half?
too. They just kept finding ways to win with like one guy surviving.
Not even one guy surviving, 0 guys surviving. Again, Banana clear, and again, this time it's an early lean. They changed it up, Boss. They're going for straightforward control of one side of the map and relying on the fact that NRG are playing respectfully, which is what has happened. Happened multiple times. The issue is that this time there's full utility and 2 players at the close angle ready to hold them at the choke point. 1 kill in the way of Boss, and they keep on getting stymied by flashbangs, keep getting forced back into choke points, and that allows for rotations to come through. Micro and Slight looking elsewhere at this point, hopefully eyeing this one at best a bomb plant.
Bomb plant would be pretty huge here. I mean, there's a guy with 3 HP who has the bomb. 2 players to defend A, Mini Pit, and on the side proper, or actually Falcon on the side. It's not an easy clear. Nade's going to completely give this away as well. Apps player's going to have it all for Breeze, and yeah, nice easy mop up here for NRG. Only 1 casualty, good for their money. And, well, last round buy up here for, or I guess, double eek. Ugly situation. Absolutely ugly.
An unenviable spot to be. Not only do they lose the round, they also don't get the bomb plant. Glocks for all 5. 2 flashes for Micro. Probably a fast play up lane or arch.
Arch trap. Give me the arch trap, boys. Yep, there's
gonna
a
be
flash. Here we go. They're gonna CT Oh, they're gonna get meat grinded though. One on the Hex, but there's nothing else here, surely. Just Micro, and not for long. Nitro comes up from behind. And NRG have a 6th on the board. This buy from Boss is not going to be ideal. Mac 10 for Freshie, Galil's on 2, maybe 3. Micro debating utility or firepower here. Slight will probably make the same decision himself shortly.
Hoping Slight wakes up in the second half. He's the opper.
Yup.
And he's on T side of Inferno, so you have to give him some leeway. Freshie and Darty as well have been stuck in unenviable spots. OC Flashing's team is in. Finally, some aggression from NRG. They showed some towards Banana earlier on in this half. Now they're showing it once more, this time towards alt middle. Single flash and a double peek towards alt middle gets Darty. And that Chaos Smoke down middle prevents them from getting any meaningful brackets control. Slight now slowly slink up, but they have to waste a lot of time clearing out angles and going slow. Flash down to Banana. Aggression once more from NRG, finally hitting their groove, finally getting confident. And Nitro doubles down, finding both at top Banana. Slight smoked off. He'll drop the bomb to his teammate. That is hurt. Gained even further. Hex blind as is Nitro. Slight gets one. OC, though, already rushing with the op, gets one. Likely a second. Just Freshie trying to tie up this game, and he will be unsuccessful. NRG, a 7-5 lead as we hit the halftime break. Chaotic half ends with NRG at a tenuous lead, 7-5, as they enter the T side of Inferno. Pineapple Phillips and Boggs to bring you the action, and Boss to try to bring it back again. They have a dismal CT side record on this map. What will their pistol round bring? Double dually Super Soldiers, Cryptic and Slight. Jump alt mid for Darty. He missed the player crossing close. He's lucky he's not punished. He's gonna stick around for a while yet more. 2 players here on A to defend. 3 stacked up towards the mouth of Banana.
Very important pistol round for Boss here. They won the first, but got reset instantly by the force buy of NRG. Take something similar from Boss, or they could just win the pistol in the ensuing to really close it down. But Micro's got some sound information coming through, and he'll run away. Slight runs into Breeze, and that was an awkward duel in halls, taken away by the longtime North American rifler. Micro coming through. OC's waiting. Oh, wow, what a shot by Micro. Great duel. Freshie drops Hext in the meantime. Bombs and wine, and Micro might just give himself a tasting, but no. Nitro shuts him down. The bomb can get towards A, and that's probably where they're going to end. But Darty is here. He's not made a move. He's not made a peep. He's still silent on the site. They're expecting somebody around, but do they actually clear all of it? Nitro jumps up, and what a nice shot. Darty this time. Can't get anything more, but he's bought time for his teammates to come on through. As the bomb goes down to the 2v2, there's plenty of opportunity here for Boss to clutch up another pistol round. It's Freshie and Cryptic to try and pull it off.
2v2, no kit. They're pushing some alternate angles, both close. Respect both on the site as well, but Breeze forces the issue against one, and automatic with the P250 in hand. The P250 Super Soldier gets the headshot on the second. I like the idea from Boss. Peek from 2 disparate angles at the same time. Both players are stuck in sight. Shots just don't connect. And that means NRG take this pistol round. The question is, will Boss go for the force buy? It's a big question, and it doesn't look to be the case. Flash for Micro, nade for Darty. You mentioned it in the green room during halftime, Boggs. Someone needs to wake up on Boss to support Cryptic. He's at 11 kills. Everybody else is struggling individually. Another run down middle, another farm this time for OC. Not quite the ace. Only gets a triple before falling. Slight and Micro both find 1 kill apiece, but both rifles are recovered. And so the loss is more than acceptable for NRG. Boss quickly bringing out the op. A lot rests on Slight's shoulders. An opportunity for him to really shine now as he's left that difficult T side of Inferno. Finds himself on the close, familiar angles of the C side. Lackluster utility and an MP9 for Cryptic are less than ideal, but still, this is a serviceable investment for Boss. Potentially a very critical one.
You could say the whole entire game, the whole entire map rests upon this one round for Boss. They lose it, it should be 12 for NRG, or at least 11. Boss win it, they can get back in the game. That glass cannon for Slight is an awful risk, and he's playing so aggressive with it too. It's not going to matter because it's a 5-man train towards B. But just, if somebody drive-bys with a MAC-10 automatic, for example, over towards all, what's he going to do? He's probably not going to be able to get that shot, and even if he does, he's dead right afterwards with the trade. Nade will trade out Cryptic, who went 1-for-1. Michael will push through fire. He's going to get heard and destroyed. And if you're Boss, you have to be contemplating a save right now because you have no money to go back in. Bomb's gone down. No inroads into the map, into the round, into the site. And NRG have a free 10th.
Their one hope was Freshie finding a lurking player, as is often the case on this map. Typically, there's a 5th T-side player, lurking alt mid or boiler. Saw on the map, Freshie was lurking in towards boiler, looking for that player. If you could find that, tie things up at 3 pop, you could go down B, on a Banana on a flank, and maybe do something, but without that, 3 versus 4 retake on B, very much near impossible, especially without the kit and the utility. So they'll all save their weapons. It might give them an investment in the next. But they need to win rounds now at this point. They're out of room, but they also need to win them cleanly. It's another issue that they've had throughout this map thus far. They had 1 round where more than 3 players survived.
The op is here. It has armor this time. There's utility for Boss. But they need rounds on the board, Nate. And those rounds that you said were not confidence builders, that they were winning regardless. Losing 5 players. Starting to see more and more like prophetic wisdom from you. As Boss find it very difficult to get the real rounds on the board. Breeze is going to open up things onto Darty. Freshy's going to hold his tongue and wait for Hex to cross. It's a very disciplined play from Freshy. He might even take the player on bridge here momentarily. Goes away. Wrong time. Micro goes for sprays, and he gets caught through that smoke. Boss are falling like flies. Freshy and Cryptic. Not Freshy any longer. As Hex will spot him just over the edge of the smoke. This one's all but done and dusted. NRG are 2 rounds away from taking this map, and I don't think it's going to be more than 2 rounds.
Shouldn't be. Boss seemingly too spam happy on Banana, losing 1 there. Aggression down middle called out as well. OC bringing forth his AK and op, just so he has options. Actually dropped the op to Breeze on low HP. The last live is Cryptic. He's trying to save. He's already been spotted at half HP. He's got to be hunted down, no doubt. Question is, how many can he take with him? Reload. This little cross should get hexed on the Zane. No! Free Fire doesn't pan out. Hexed wins the duel instead. And NRG 2 away from closing out this first best of 1 in a convincing fashion.
Incredibly convincing fashion, but I will say not as convincing as Boss have been flat. Because there's certain concerns from the NRG CT side in particular that will have to be answered. Boss's T side relied too much on late explosions.
Not puggy.
It was very puggy.
Instead of countering utility with control, they kind of just waited out.
Yeah,
Spamming a lot on the CT side.
Felt like a premier game almost.
Alright, that's insulting. It felt like a Mythic Diamond game, okay?
I would say rank G, but that doesn't exist anymore, so.
It does feel a bit looser, though. And again,
it does.
New team, building season, makes sense.
And not a good map for them, not when they actually play often. So, that's also part of it.
Circles back to my arguments about the map bans really too heavily favoring the upper seed.
Oh, they do.
I harped about all last season, and I really haven't much this season, but it stayed the same, so it's still very much an issue.
The thing is, you can't really, unless you give one team,
give them side choice. They're quite literally down a ban on the second map. At least give them side choice.
That could be a good change, because it does limit the underdog potential. At the same time, that might be intentional, given the fact that it is best of 1s. But
the advantage is, there's already a hefty enough advantage when you get 3 bans versus 2.
What a shot.
Nitro. 1, Breeze another. Bring it back from a 3 versus 4 to a 3 versus 2. Slight and Cryptic compelled to go for this at this stage. 11-5, it'll be 12-5. They will try. No utility, no kit, and 2 A4s, which I love to see. Optivos, the Marines 1. Smoking it open. Slight in a corner. Does find 1. Goes for a second A towards pit. It can't get the shot cleanly. Breeze instead with the duel trade. 12-5 for NRG. 13 seems very likely given the lackluster economy of this defense. Even more dominant game for NRG than was the last time these two teams met on this very same map. Again, that was 13-8.
It does seem that there's a lot of tendencies for Boss that need to be fixed, and something else is the most important factor. Nobody's there to help Cryptic. He has double his next teammate's kills, and that's his in-game leader. very much the same as it was last night. Micro, speaking of, goes 1 for 1. Cryptic drops to the spray of automatic. And OC's up will get another kill as he has had a very, very solid Inferno, carrying over what he was able to do last night against Party Astronauts despite being unsuccessful in the overall map department. OC varying the individual department, 20 and 6, Nate. He's 4 kills away from a 4.0 KD.
There's a lot of fiery individuals on this team.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in this one. 13-3 for Breeze. He's won basically every duel he's had. There's another one that goes his way. Already the last alive in the smoke is known to be here. He's going to try to press the smoke off a timing. The bomb isn't even here any longer. Pride, and Pride, how much can he find? 1 kill. That's something. 40 HP, though. And again, a bomb across the map. There is an opportunity here, depending on how long Breeze sticks around to CT spawn. There is an opportunity. Artis has to be really quick about it.
He does have a kit, but he does not have a lot of HP. If he can isolate the duel against the rifle and go 1 for 1 with the Opera, that would be great. But OC is his first point of contact around corner, and that will be a 13-5 for NRG. Relatively smooth. That second half was flawless. And NRG, once they got the ball rolling, never looked like giving it up and letting this one slide.
No, they came back quickly in that first half. Keep in mind, they lost the pistol and then still